of the baby is neither blood nor excretion. You have to use another word in science that the Quran has first. So now, lady come later. You know you got excretion. You know you got blood. So what did they have to come up with? Secretion. I'm going to help you so you understand what I'm saying. Waste products, such as urine and perspiration, that's excretion. Get it now? Means it's no more useful to you. But milk and saliva and gastric juices are secretions, which means the body produced it and can use it. Allah Akbar. Now my question to you, Miss Lady, that was mocking us in our allegory, deal with that. Because your zoologist and your biologist have confirmed that the Quran was right. And how did Muhammad have this when you only got this about 100 or so years ago? So I'm talking to you Muslims so that you won't ever feel that your book is inferior. You know the theory of evolution? You know the theory of evolution? They said we come from a monkey. No, you come from a monkey. I didn't come from a monkey. My wife asked the question. These Muslim sisters are so intelligent. My wife said, well, if we came from the monkey, why did the monkey stop trying to be a human? Allahu Akbar. This came from our women. I didn't come up with that. She asked that question. You understand? So, you sisters have sense. Listen to me now. I'm finishing. The theory of organic evolution supports the Quran because the Quran stated evolution in the 7th century, while the theory of evolution was proposed in the 19th century, 1,200 years later. What you mean is in the Quran that you got, that you have the theory of evolution? I give you one place right now. And I'm going to show you so you can write it down. Chapter 84, verse 19. Many places. If I give you that. It says, لَقَدْ تَبُنَّ تَبَقًا عَنْ تَبَقٍ. And you are devoured stage by stage. You start off as a sperm in your father. Listen to me. And you don't stay as a sperm. You don't stay as an egg in your mama. Because you have a destiny. And the egg says, I want to change. And the man's sperm says, I want to change. So what do? The two of them come together. And they're no longer egg and sperm. What are they now? A clot. Then the clot says, I'm not satisfied. I have a greater role. The clot is saying it's in itself. And it evolves now to be a fetus lump. And then the fetus lump says, I cannot be satisfied with this step. And the fetus lump starts growing bones inside. I'm reciting to you from the Quran, chapter 23, verse 12 through 14. You can read it for yourself, and those are the exact stages of development for the human being that's in embryology. When I went to medical school, I had to read a book called Keith Moore, and in the medical book, Embryology of Keith Moore has this verse from the Quran in his medical book. Right here. Saying, how did the Muslims know the stages of embryology development when we didn't know it until we got the microscope? Take here. I'm giving you more and more proof, the miracles of your Quran, and that it's a book of education. And education is the #1 priority in Islam. So, let me finish this. I have a lot more to say, but you have to get the rest of it over the weekend. I don't want to hold you. Some of you have to go back to work. So I have to stop. So that in my conclusion, your conscious mind must be disciplined. If I have a book, look what I'm doing. Read, put it down. Read, put it down. Read it, put it. See what it looks? I'm teaching you education. I'm reading that, doing that. Why am I doing this? With my conscious mind. Doing this with my conscious mind, aren't I? If I do it long enough with my conscious mind, it will go into the subconscious mind, and I don't have to do this anymore. Attack people. Yeah. So what is the purpose of Salat then? Salat is education. So you think it's a ritual prayer. Yes, it's a ritual prayer. But your Salat is education, and most Muslims don't know that. When you are reciting the Quran, that's the only thing you can say in prayer. You stand like this here, you can say, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, Qul huwallah. You can say anything from the Quran like that. But you can't say 2 plus 2 is 4. You can't say 2 squared is 4. You can't use those scientific things. Though you're a scientist, you can't come up and say NaCl is this is the prayer. Allahu Akbar. NaCl is salt. You can't do that. You will have the only religion when you stand in prayer, you must recite the Quran. And we think it is only for spiritual matter. No, it's for education. When you standing there, you reciting the Quran, you're repeating education. Most people don't have the slightest idea what I'm talking about. Listen, I'm going to demonstrate to you right now. You're going in this position, right? After you stand here, you go in this position, don't you? Then you stand back up. I'm telling you, I'm not going to tell you all the meanings, so I don't have time today. But I'm going to tell you this means. I'm going to prove to you that your prayer is education. You have to, after you stand back up, what must you do? You must take your forehead and put it on the ground. Am I right or wrong? Boy, I know I'm right. Why are you putting your forehead on the ground? Because your intellect is supposed to meet with the knowledge in the creation. You know what a husband is? Look. You know what a husband is? He gets his wife, don't they mate? You shake your head, it's okay. Here's what I do here. He could mate like this here. The husband and wife, look, they mate. And what do? They produce a child. You take your mind as the male function, and you put it on the earth as the female function, and you become pregnant. After you put your mind on the ground, now you bring out silver. Now you bring out gold. Now you bring out medicine. Do you understand? Your prayer, when you put your forehead on the ground, Allah is telling you, go into the ground and bring out my knowledge. Takbir. And you thought you were just doing blind ritual. You need to understand this. Boy, Allah, thank you. Now I know why I'm going on the ground. And you can't go on the ground one time. Just go around there one time and bring out the chemistry or the iron. Why? Because if you bring that out, you're going to bring hell on this earth. Why? Because you got the knowledge, and the knowledge it's like a gun that you put in the hand of a baby. Pow, 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 I'm smarter than everybody else. And the ones that went down and got the knowledge out with one time, meaning they were atheists, secular, they didn't believe in God, who was the one that messed up the world? They did. That's right. They got the secular knowledge with no respect for God. And that's who messed up the world. That's why in your prayer, you can't go down one time. You must go down twice. The first time you go down and bring out all the sciences that are lost within the earth. Then you go down a second time to find out Allah's will in the knowledge that He gave you. Then after the 2 rak'ahs, what do you do then? Don't you sit down in Jalsa? You sit in Jalsa only after you made 2 rak'ahs. Meaning you got the knowledge, but you also know how Allah wants that knowledge to be used. Now you are safe for yourself and you're safe for the society. I know you don't believe me. I can take you some of my college graduate friends. They got knowledge just like me. Some of them got more degrees than me, but that's all they got. And the knowledge couldn't protect them alone. So now they're educated reefer head. They're Dr. Heroin, Dr. Cocaine. Why? Because they only went down one time. I'm sorry for making you uncomfortable. I am. I tell people this all the time. But is this right for some man to have this kind of knowledge and he not sharing it with other people? Is that right? That's wrong. Lord. Some youngster is going to come up under this knowledge here. Man, he or she is going to become a great mind. Maybe we won't be around long enough to see it. But they are not going to play with this knowledge like some of you play with it. That ain't important. There's some youngster in here seriously listening. And that youngster is become a great leader in the world. That's all we want. If it's all you, Allahu Akbar. If it's only one, Allahu Akbar. How many Jesuses? One. How many Moses? One. How many Noah? One. How many Muhammad? One. That's all it takes is one. And you change the world. Allahu Akbar. So I thank Allah for you traveling all this great distance to support the state conference. And it's going to be wonderful. You're going to hear some knowledge. Come here. You're going to hear some knowledge. Excuse my vernacular. It's going to blow your mind. The knowledge I told you I got is one book that came out of that it's available called Thoughtful Searches. Stick Imam Ronald Shahidi sitting there. We've been knowing each other almost 40 years. He ain't stopped working and I'm not stopped working. Him and I both in and out of the hospital. Don't know how to play. We're not supposed to stop. Next book, Reading Fundamental. A lot of my talks that you heard me is in these books. So if you want to get it, avail yourself to them. Go down there and tear a hinge off the door. Give me my copy of these books. For those who thirst, I'm telling you, this is what I'm going to make. I'm going to make a challenge. I'm going to make a challenge. Right? Buy the book. If you don't get nothing out of that book, I'm going to give you $1,000. I swear to God. What's TJ? They'll tell you, when I make a statement, I keep my word. I gave one brother $5,000. Gave another brother $3,000. Gave another group $47,000. Why did I give them that money? So that they wouldn't go crazy. I'm telling you, I did these things. I'm not just talking. So I'm telling you, if you don't think that we got it together, buy the book, read it, and go take me to a page where you ain't got nothing out of it, or 3 or 4 pages, and let me work with you. Giving you challenge. So understand this. The money that you give to this effort, that ain't going to nothing. Only the teacher's salary. The money's not going to buy no books, nothing like that. The teachers here, I want them to know that. You're going to get every penny is going to you. Lord, the teachers that I named, they earned it. They deserve it. Lord, I know y'all teachers call me old bones. I heard about it. Them old bones. That's okay. I love you anyway. I don't care. That don't hurt my feelings. So we're going to end it. May Allah reward you all. So it'll start, I think, this evening around after Isha, I think. Oh, okay. That's good. Got fish right. So run home and get your $1,000 and bring it back. You're going to give me $1,000 ahead of time. I love that. Bastard, that's our little young brother here. Yeah, he's a great man too. Bastard. He helps many people. He works with the Miami Heat organization. Thank Allah for him. And say that I want to invite my young man, Salahuddin, Wali Salahuddin, young man. He's a youngster. And I want you young men, access me. Pull me down, ask me questions. If you think I'm pushing you away, then tell me. I don't want to push you youngsters away. That's not my interest. I told Wali he can come up and give a football here anytime he wants. Telling all of y'all. He had a freedom to you, ma'am, I'm ready to give a football. He can give Talim sessions. I told him I really want him to do these things. Because he's a young guy. We got Vince. We want to start doing Juma'ah, Vince. He's sitting right there. You know, we have wonderful people. They got to share the knowledge of Allah. Lord. Tarek's son, I told his son. Get it, name it. I told him, man, you got to get some good boys. You got beautiful children. And you sisters have helped produce this next leadership. So I thank Allah for you. So, Rabbana la tuzigh qulubana. Where's my